First we have time frame 1688. Causes the overthrowing of King James II, which causes power struggle between Parliament and monarchy. Long-term effects: monarchy would never hold absolute power again.
Oh, hey there. I want to talk to you about the American Revolution and the causes and effects. First off, the causes were that they had taxation without representation, and that they had foreign rule by the British, and also they didn't have any property ownership. And then the results of this will be they got self-government by the people for the people.
French Revolution 1789. Basically, we have a financial crisis in France. We also have the influence of the American Revolution. And lastly, we have the social inequalities of France. Now, as a result, we get the Reign of Terror led by Napoleon Bonaparte, and finally, an emerging middle class.
Now we're going to talk about the revolutions of 1848, and we'll start in France. One of the main causes was socialism and bad economies. And then Louis Philippe's policies just added on to that. And the results of that were a new republic in France and the fall of Metternich.
Now in Germany, there's a debate of whether having a constitutional or representative government. Also, the peasants and workers are fighting against capitalism. As a result of all this, the government and the people became more united.
Alright, so now in Austria, the liberal middle class wanted a autocratic political system, which caused the revolution, and as a result, Metternich resigned.
Russian Revolution of 1905. Causes: liberal discontent caused by defeat in the Russo-Japanese War, poverty of Bloody Sunday, the October Manifesto, and new voting laws that limited powers of Dumas. As a result, there is an established Parliament of Russia.
Alright, so next is the February Revolution, and the causes of this were the aftermath of World War I, terrible working conditions, and the Tsar of Russia had too much power. And the results of this was that the Tsar Nicholas II was abdicated, and the institution of the provisional government was put in place.
Alright, now it's October, and there's another revolt. Basically, the causes of this were there's still the effects from World War I and the abdication of Nicholas II. And the results of this revolution would be, or revolt, would be the destruction of the Tsarist autocracy, and this led to the start of the Soviet Union. Alright, so the next revolts we called the Freedom Revolts, just because it's just a whole bunch of, not necessarily states, but groups that wanted to become free from another bigger, more powerful group. We have the Irish Free State group, which basically they just wanted to be free from Britain's rule, and the result of that was the establishment of the Irish state, or the Republic of Ireland. And next we have the Hungarian Revolt, which Hungary wanted its independence from the Habsburgs, or Austria, and as a result they got attacked and they were actually destroyed by Austria. Alright, we also have the Algerian Rebellion, in which Algeria wants their independence from France, and the result, they got their independence from France. It's simple as that. French Indochina revolutions, they also wanted their independence from France, and they defeated France, in which North and South Vietnam, Laos, and Cambodia got their independence from France. And then there was the Indonesian Revolution, in which they wanted their independence from the Netherlands, and they negotiated a settlement in which they got their independence.
And now we're on to the Czechoslovakian Revolution, which happened in 1968. And the cause of this was the attempts by the communist leaders to introduce new political reforms, and a result of this was that the protesters were destroyed by the Soviet Union tanks and troops. And finally, we are at the 1981 Polish Revolution, and the cause of that was the citizens wanted political reforms from the communist government. And even though that they got a free trade union solidarity, the military communist power still remained